It's just, especially if Chieftain Train can actually come online here, it's going to be really bad for the Emperilla.
Well, Ampo can be really good, but when he's only got 5 Tarsiers behind him, and the 2 Animus were basically required for that. You're paying for 2 Animus and Ampo and 5 Tarsiers to do 10 damage. That costs like 12 gold plus 20 plus 12.
If he had gotten Centurion instead of Odin, I think it would have worked.
Yeah, because those 3 Blast Forges, the red was just rotting for most of the game. Sorry, the blue from the Blast Forges.
He had like 10 drones, 3 Blast Forges, and 2 Animus. It's pretty ridiculous.
So are we going to see a Chrono into Arca this game?
Yeah, the question's going to be, oh, you know what would have been good? Turn 1 Chrono Filter, Hellhound, Vivid Drone. Oh my god, that would have been ridiculous.
They don't see the plays. They just don't see them.
The plays. Yeah.
Well, you realize that 3-card combos, like Chrono, Vividrone, Hellhound, that happens like 1 in 1,000 games.
Yeah, so when you can
actually,
do it, you should do it.
It's a 4-card combo because there's Thermite Core, and Thermite Core just makes it broken.
Yeah, and Etherlong knows this because he's actually played 100,000 games, so that's happened to him 10 times.
No. He knows that that particular combo is broken.
It happened to me once, and then I looked at it, and I'm like, wow, this is ridiculous.
No, it's, I mean, like, Hellhound Chrono Filter pops up quite frequently, and it's a good open, but it's not a
Hellhound Chrono's good. But Hellhound Chrono Vivid Thermite is ridiculous.
Well, there's a player 2 specific opening with the combo Hellhound Chrono, where you go Drone Chrono, then Dro Hellhound, then triple Drone.
Yeah, the triple Drone.
Yeah, each of those 3 turns is a perfect spend, so it's really efficient. And player 1 actually has their own reasonably good opening with the same units.
Yeah.
What is it? It's Drone Drone and then Drone Chrono, and then you have 9. You go Drone Hellhound. That doesn't seem right. There's something different. I don't remember what it is.
Crash is getting Arca. Oh, counter. Maybe he's not getting Arca.
Yeah. He got countered, and in the
he's still good. He still should do it every time. He should do it.
You should get the Arca.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to. He doesn't have a choice. Like, the only time that he can get Arca, he can never get the second Arca, right? Because of his Chrono Filter being purchased first.
Second Arca? Oh, you mean
sorry,
you mean,
the follow-up.
First Arca was better. They had enough damage so that it was better.
Yeah, when you have enough damage.
Oh my god. What just happened?
That was a massacre.
Oh my god.
Did a turn get missed?
Why did he attack with Arca? That was ridiculous.
He should have just held it back.
Yeah. Oh man. Okay,
so
when you have over 14 damage, you should always. It doesn't matter.
Oh, for sure.
First Arca's better.
The reason why the second Arca can be weaker is the second Arca can be stronger, is that your opponent who gets the first Arca might not use its Absorb and lose the value of it being prompt.
Yeah.
Yeah. But in that game, there was so much damage that it didn't matter.
If you're attacking for 13, then your opponent's going to get full value out of that prompt Arca no matter what. So getting it second actually doesn't give any advantage.
Yeah.
Well, also when you're using Chrono Filter specifically, if you commit to the Chrono Filter first, you always will end up with the first Arca, because if they want to follow, they'll always be able to follow.
Good old Animus into float 2 red 2 turns in a row. Makes me sad.
I think Crash is getting a bit tired.
Well, it's still all told though, it's still a 20 game gap, right? So
yeah. Well, sometimes you really just want 2 Blast Forges and an Animus 2 turns from now, and you don't want to buy anything before then other than drones. So you just well, should I buy a Blast Forge and waste the blue, or should I buy the Animus and waste the 2 red, or should I just bank 6 gold? And usually you just pick whatever gives you the highest option value in case your opponent does something wacky.
Oh man, that Animus fake out from Arkanishu was just so strong.
Yeah.
Well,
So
was he trying
they
to
have
get an endotherm or something
Yeah, he was gonna get endotherm, and then he just never used the red.
but I mean it's 3 damage on your off turn so bad, right?
So
I guess.
this is the stage where Arca has to hit spacebar as fast as possible. That's his only goal, right?
Yeah, to give Crash as little time as possible to make.
Well, I
the
guess
correct
he has to
decision.
decide whether he wants to frontline
Yeah,
kill
no.
the Ice Blades.
His breach decision.
Well, he can only kill the Ice Blades every other turn, right? He doesn't have the. But
Yeah, and I
Crash
think Arca's
just
too far
runs it.
behind.
Yeah. So they have one more game until they go on to base 11. I love how they decided to make it harder as they went along. It's the extra brilliance. Not only is it a stamina game, I'm just so proud of the fact that they're able to go this long. This is quite the accomplishment. They are now
I'm sure somebody at some point will outdo them. This can't be the last
40.
time.
Oh, this will not be the last time. I'm sure
We need-
some crazy soul will end up playing more than. So that was just the 250th game, Crash is saying.
We need our own world record book for Prismata.
Yeah. So they're taking a 3.5.
They're gonna take a break.
3 to 5 minute break right now.
Okay, you know what I just heard through the grapevine? If any of you guys watch speedruns, apparently Trihex is 10 minutes away from a world record in Yoshi's Island right now on Twitch.
Wow.
Speed run.
Just to advertise other streams, which is something people never do.
Yeah.
While we're on break,
While we're on break, let's
yeah, let's drive the viewers away.
yeah, let's send them away.
Well, it's only worth watching for 10 minutes, so.
Yeah. Well, I really want to see. So they got 50 more games. That's correct.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I really want to see if Arca can close that gap anymore.
He might be able to close some of the gap, but I don't think he can close 20 game gap. That's a lot.
Yeah, no, he would have to he would just have to.
He'd have to go 35, 15.
Yeah,
That'd be a 70%.
yeah. Against.
Okay, does anybody know what the score was after 200? Anybody in the Twitch chat or?
I know what the score was. It was at the 200 mark. It was like 90 to 110 or somewhere around there.
So it's the same.
Yeah. It's been 20. It's been give or take 20 games for almost the whole session. After, I think.
But hold on a sec. If it's been 90 to 110 and now it's 135 to 115, that means they went 50-50.
Yeah. Arkanishu's played better towards the. He fell behind early, and he's never been able to make up the gap from the early fall behind.
I see.
So
if
yeah,
he can accelerate to 70% win rate for the last 50 games, then he might be able to catch up. But that seems like a tall order.
yeah.
I don't think you
Arkanishu's
can
actually
win 70% in bullet. It's just like, it seems too much variance.
Yeah, so he's saying that for base 8, it was 60-40 for Crash. Base 9, 51-49 for Crash. And base 10, 25-24 for him.
I see.
So, yeah, I had a really hard time at 187 to 103 thinking that they were at 200. I had a really hard time for a little bit there. I lost 10 numbers along the way.
Oh, man. I want to get some water real fast while I have a chance.
While you have the opportunity.
Okay, so what unit do you think increases in value the most when you're playing Blitz? Or when you're playing
When you're
Bullet?
playing Bullet, when you're playing high speed, I mean, it depends on the experience of the player. Obviously, I think anything green increases in value against in bullet games, but that's just because I'm terrible at them. I think that Frieza increases in value because it increases the complexity of the game, and you don't have as much time to think about your decisions, even though clicking the freeze is difficult.
Yeah, I always felt the reverse. I felt that if I went freeze and my opponent didn't, then I was at a disadvantage because I would play like shit, and
Yeah,
my
trying to
opponent,
click
if
and what have you. No, so well, here's the thing: most people don't play bullet, right? So most people have this ingrained uh, belief that the person who has the freeze, they must defend against it because there's no way they're going to not use it efficiently, right? But in reality, in bullet, it's very, very difficult to use it efficiently, right?
yeah, I think at my bullet skill, I can adjust for the behavior that I should play with my opponent having freeze, but I haven't yet adjusted to being able to play well with the freeze when I have it. And I think
Yeah,
one of those adjustments is easier than the other.
yeah. I mean, I think you should. I think even in bullet, purchasing the freeze is good with the intention of never using it. Maybe just saving up your time bank, like playing some really, really quick turns, so you can have that one long turn, that one long breach turn. Because breaching is difficult in bullet. Breaching is actually quite difficult in bullet because you have to pick what you're killing, right?
Yeah. Well, you have to think about it on your opponent's turn. You have to realize that they are not defending, and you can breach for a lot, and then you go all in. Because if you're like checking by using your frostbites, then you just don't have the time.
Yeah, yeah, you have to have done that calculation in your
So
head.
you have to use your opponent's turn.
Yeah, but I mean, from having I watched a large portion of today, and I've been like present for a large portion of today, and I think that freeze has been. It just depends on the type of freeze. If it's been frostbites and things like that, it's been really hard to. And frostbites are actually pretty easy to use because you can just shift click them in bullet. It's the more granular freeze that's harder to use, I think, like the um,
Well,
like
cryos are the easiest to use, right? Because you just shift click
you
everything.
just shift click what you want. Yeah, maybe
And
it's
it
the
freezes
Well,
for
I
exact.
think
It's
the
when you
only
have
thing
both.
that's
It's the combo.
spectacularly hard is when you got to use frostbites and cryos against a stack of doom walls or
Yeah.
flexos or whatever.
Yeah, yeah, that's when it is challenging for sure because you have to micro all of that. It's just brutal. Best bullet unit is Gauss Cannon according to Arkanishu.
Well, we got Gauss Cannon. We got a vote for Ice Blade.
Yeah, I think it's probably Ice Blade.
Yeah, I think Ice
Well, no,
Blade.
Hannibal. Hannibal.
Well, Hannibal and Ice
Yeah.
just are hard to kill. Getting up to 6 is hard.
There's.
They're
This
in
is
a game.
interesting.
Oh, they've started
Yeah.
again.
This is a really interesting set. It's got to be. I'd go things with Infusion Grid, I think.
Things plus
But-
Infusion Grid.
Fang Infusion Grid and then Corpus when you need it.
Yeah.
Seems like a good plan, but it doesn't look like they're doing it. It looks like they're going for
Oh, is the
Odin.
Redeemer coming out?
Well,
Is
Arkanishu's
Arca-
going for Redeemer.
Oh, he's not
Or
getting it.
not. Never mind.
I thought he would get it for sure.
Yeah, me too.
Well, he only gets one bonus defense off of it. It's not a spectacular Redeemer, but it's still good. But he wanted the Doom Mech for D, I guess.
Well, it also uses its green. There's nothing else to use green on. So it's like 7 gold, 1 blue, right?
Yeah, well, there's literally nothing else that green's going towards because he's not going to force field, and
Yeah.
I doubt he's going
Yeah.
to make Gauss cannons.
So,
Yeah,
like, that was just.
it was just a missed opportunity.
He could have just got it instead of a Doom Mech, I think.
The thing is, even if you have to eat the 4 damage, Redeemer isn't a bad purchase. Like, it's not worse than Tarsiers.
Um,
On efficiency?
Yeah, it's not terrible. Like, let's say you just add a Doomed Wall to its cost, right? So it's 14 green, 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 blue, blue. Compare that to 3 Tarsiers, it's quite similar.
Yeah, I have it as basically the exact same if you have to buy 4 prompt defense with it. The exact same as Tarsier.
Same value as Tarsier. But it's an advanced set unit, so